welcome to issue number 16 of Headline Heroes, a comedy podcast where we take today's headlines and create a comic book origin story. My name is Drew Mick.
I'm Nathan Haynes.
And I'm Tanner Ackerman.
Guys, guess what?
What?
I got you guys something.
Oh. Drew.
Yeah, why don't you, Tanner, why don't you unwrap this? Unwrap that right there.
Okay, let me just, this is all I got for noise. There we go. I'm unwrapping it. Oh wow!
Okay, what
It's
what did I get you there? It's pop quiz. Look, it's a pop quiz.
Oh.
I got you a pop quiz. Look at that.
What about me?
Oh, you get it too. Oh, did you guys not open that together?
Tanner, you're supposed to wait.
Oh.
Here, pass it over here. I want to take off the.
Here.
Let me take off the plastic right there. Oh, that's a really nice pop quiz, Drew.
Oh yeah, look at that. So I made a quiz for you guys. I thought we could have, we like to have fun, and I thought this would be fun. We're fun.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I went online and I looked around and I found, we create some ridiculous superheroes here on our esteemed podcast, Headline Heroes. Some very ridiculous ones. So I thought it'd be fun to find some that are equally absurd, but were actually made by Marvel, DC, or whatnot, and just throw them into a quiz. I've got 5 here. This is a segment I call Super or Pooper. So I'm going to give you 5 descriptions of a superhero, and you have to guess if this is real or I made it up.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we working together, or is this are we competing?
I'll keep score.
Okay.
You guys are both going to guess on the same one, and I think since I let Tanner unwrap it, Nate, you'll get to guess first on the first one, and we'll rotate from there.
Yay.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
You unwrapped it, buddy.
You gave it to me.
Yeah. All right. So here's the first
Too late.
one.
Moving on.
Here's the first one. Shut up. A woman with 2 swords for arms who rides around on a lizard horse. Now, is that super or pooper?
I have a clarifying question. Did you made up the other ones?
I made up some of these.
Okay.
And then some of these are real. They could all be real, or maybe I made up all of them. Who knows? I'm so random.
All right. So she has swords for arms and rides a lizard horse?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, why not? That's a super.
You think that's a super? All right, Tanner, what do you
I want
think?
it to be a super.
I'm gonna say pooper.
You think that's a pooper?
Pooper.
I think you're a pooper, Tanner.
Well, that's a pooper. I made that one up.
Ah, damn.
That's absolutely. I don't know where. I was like looking around my apartment. I don't know where I got lady with swords for arms.
I mean, you do have
But
that
I like
horse
that visual.
lizard.
I do have that lizard horse in the corner. Oh, I meant to say no cheating. Of course, I'm in the same room as you guys, but
Yep.
Oh, yep.
and definitely not in three different states here. No cheating. Don't look this up.
I don't know why you drive the 3 hours every week to record, but
I
more
really
power to
insist. All right, next one. A woman who can generate powerful seismic waves, but only when she's drunk. And the power level of these waves are determined at how drunk she is.
So it's me, right?
So it's, Tanner, you go.
I am gonna say super because that sounds awesome.
Yeah. You think that's super? Nate?
I'm gonna say pooper, and I'm not just saying it so that Tanner and I have different answers. I feel strongly that it's a pooper.
You think it's a pooper?
Yes.
Well, Tanner, you're right. That's actually a real thing.
2 for 2.
Glorifying drinking. I can't even believe it.
Yeah, her name is Jin Genie, and she's a mutant she was killed very early on, I guess, but she generates seismic waves equal to the level of alcohol in her
The mutant
blood.
who has to get drunk to fight died early? I can't believe it.
By helicopter fire. I don't know what happened there. She was,
I guess,
a member of X-Statics. I don't know what that is, but I'm guessing it's an X-Men offshoot.
Many X-Men offshoots, yeah.
Yeah.
Jin Genie. Next one. Nate, you get to go first.
Oh, thank God.
A man who has an inferiority complex about his. Well, I can't even say it.
Listen, Drew, if you want to talk to me about this, you can take it off air, okay?
Yeah.
You don't have to
Wow.
talk. You don't have
Yeah.
to pretend like you're talking about some secret
I know.
Marvel villain or whatever. I'm right here.
I know. Thank you. Anyway, a man who has an inferiority complex about his penis, his ding-along, ding
His
dong,
peepus.
his dick. He was
Okay.
scorned, and he's self-conscious about the size of his dick, and so he makes up for it by putting a giant cannon on his crotch.
Pooper.
That's a pooper.
Yeah.
Tanner?
I am gonna say super, and I'm genuinely confident that I'm right
Why do you think that?
because it's too ridiculous to be made up. I don't think
don't
you can
want
come
it to
up
be
with it.
real.
I guess you could prove me wrong right now, though.
Well, you're right. That's actually real.
Wow, I'm so bad at these.
Nate, you need to expand your superhero knowledge.
His
You
name.
know what? I'm proud that I don't know any of these.
His name is
disgraces.
Codpiece.
What era is he from? What years did he exist?
He was first introduced in 1993.
Yeah, I was 2 years old. So
I'm not sure. I think he was kind of one off because his whole history is 2 paragraphs long. He robbed a lot of banks.
Man, what a missed opportunity they had with making him a one-off character. Ugh.
I know. Oh, here's the best part. His cannon could fire missiles, do a sonic attack, and a variety of other tools such as drills and scissors, as well as 2 retractable boxing gloves.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So that's
Scissors doesn't seem. I don't know how to feel about that, but all right.
all right. Next question. Who gets to go first? I forget.
I
Tanner?
do.
All right. So
Yeah.
this man, it's a cyborg man who can lift his head up and produce bombs from his throat. He is a human Pez dispenser.
Is that it?
That's that's my description.
I'm gonna say pooper.
All right, Nate. You can agree with Tanner if you want, or you can.
I understand.
You've all been disagreeing.
Yeah, I know, and that was genuinely not just to be opposites. Because I like winning too. Oh boy, no, I'm going pooper. I think.
You think that's a pooper? You both said
Yeah.
pooper?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pooper. I made that up.
Oh, thank
I looked
God.
down into my right and found some Pez dispensers.
How many do you own?
There's an unopened box of Lord of the Rings ones. That could be worth some money. It's not. I looked it up. All right, last one. A woman who gains the ability to transform into a cat. And then as soon as she does that, she promptly forgets that she used to be human and just stays a lazy cat.
Nate.
I think it's me first. Hold on a second. She turns into a cat and then forgets that she is human and stays a cat.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Animorphs, Drew? They're not superheroes. I mean, they are superheroes.
I would say, they're superheroes, wouldn't you say?
Okay, I'm fine. I'm gonna say, super then. And if I'm wrong, I'm citing the Animorphs.
Okay, Tanner.
I'm gonna say super because I have read a lot of Garfield in my life.
Well, that is one I made up. That's a pooper.
No, Drew.
I
Well,
call
okay,
bullshit.
Nate. I guess I've never read Animorphs, but if you can tell me that there is a woman who transforms into a cat and then stays a cat.
Oh, see, so okay, well, Drew, I'm gonna have to update you on your Animorphs lore. So what happens is if they touch an animal, they can basically turn into it. But if they turn it in for too long, they forget and they start to become the animal permanently.
Now,
in fact,
see, the way-
one guy, Tobias, became a falcon permanently, but then he figured out how to turn back into
I'm
a
bored.
human.
This is boring.
as his
Wait,
animorph.
is this
You're
real?
boring.
Is this what Animorphs was?
Yeah, this is
Yes, absolutely it
I
was.
thought they all could
Okay.
just turn into a specific animal.
in my mind, this was a lady who just the first time she transformed into a cat and just stayed a cat.
Yeah, and she was Garfield.
Yeah, Mondays. I did have one more for a tiebreaker, but by all intents and purposes, Tanner crushed that one.
Oh,
Yeah, he did real good. Could we just hear the tiebreaker real quick anyway?
Okay. I had a whole list. I didn't write this one out.
Oh, sorry.
Let me think. Okay. A man who has the ability to transform into ice cream. Any flavor. Can be any flavor.
that's the whole thing?
Yep.
Pooper.
Pooper?
I think that's a pooper.
I think
Pooper.
we both said pooper.
Yeah.
Well, guys, that's real. That's a real
What?
person. His name is Ice Cream.
That's a good name.
Well, I
Y-E.
scream about that.
Scream. Yeah, he is a mutant, and he really that's very specific.
Wait, if he eats part of his hand, does it come back, or what's the deal there?
I don't know. This guy was okay. Here's his first appearance: Obnoxio the Clown, issue number 1 in 1983. Last appearance,
yeah, that's a classic.
Obnoxio the Clown, number 1 in April 1983. So he was a one-off. But I should mention he is a mutant in his powers description. Mutant ability to transform himself into any flavor of ice cream, including banana split.
The human race was a mistake.
Yeah, so that was fun, right? We had fun. That was
fun. I thought that was a good segment.
Yeah,
that was my super or pooper segment. And tweet at us if you think it's a great idea, which I'm confident it's a great idea. And I don't care what you say, I'm going to do it anyway.
I like the idea of doing little quizzes on each other every once in a while.
We could do some quizzes. Yeah. So Nate, what are we doing?
What are we doing? Well, we just did a quiz.
Yes.
A lovely quiz that you set up for us. But now
Tanner,
it's time for us
your
to get
sticker
down
is
to...
in the mail.
Thank you.
Gold stars.
But now it's time to dig into the meat of what we do here. And what we do here, as you sort of alluded to way back in the beginning of the episode, was each week we go around the internet and we scrounge up weird and bizarre headlines from various news sources that we look in, and we bring them all together and we select one at random and we use it for the origin story of a superhero or supervillain. Historically, we have sort of alternated hero, villain. Tanner, what are we making this week, and what is our article?
Okay, so this week we are doing a hero because last week we made the villain Teen Rex, the teenager who got cursed while wearing a T-Rex costume.
Oh, that's too bad.
Up there, maybe, I think, for one of my favorites. That one was fun. We got back to our grassroots, which was absurd things.
Exactly. Okay, so this week we're going to do a hero. And this week's article comes to us from today. It's number 12 for you guys, which is Germans build underground pipeline for beer. And this was submitted by Jeffrey Thompson.
Jeff! Mutual friend of us.
Let's not get crazy.
Thanks for the submission.
Wait, I don't want to call him mutual friend.
He knows what he did. Oh, this isn't even an article. It's a video.
Well, all we need is that title and that little subtext.
Yeah, I think all we need is that.
Germans. Oh, this was actually on the Today Show. All right, again, getting back to our grassroots. Food and drink.
Okay.
Now, the obvious one that I feel like we can't do now is the drunker they get, the better their powers are.
See,
damn.
well,
it.
we couldn't do that before because that one actually existed.
I think if we had come up with it organically, I would have fought for it, but now we definitely can't.
You're right. I'm sorry, I dropped the ball there.
Yeah, delete that whole thing. We're starting over.
Okay. Hey, welcome to Headline Heroes. My name is, I don't even know what I say. Comedy advice podcast where
Drew
we
Mick is
your
the name you say.
butt and shove it.
And I'm Tanner Ackerman.
Okay, so what are people thinking? First blush.
I think this is going to be good because we're all some beer fans. We like our beer. Yeah. So Germans, they built an underground pipeline.
So why?
Why did they actually do it, or why do we want to say
Why
it?
do we want to say they did
Why
it?
in our comic universe are they doing this?
Oh, the obvious one is that they have a giant robot that runs off of beer.
Oh shit.
Tanner, I love you. You're just like, well, the obvious one is a giant robot. I was like, what? I didn't know that was the obvious one.
That's obviously the obvious one, and now that you say it, yes, totally. All right.
So this
We
robot.
haven't had like a true robot yet. Like we've had Mech Gruff, but he was only part robot.
Yeah,
But this is a giant Jaeger-sized thing.
exactly. I was thinking like a Jaeger.
Is this like German government? They have this thing?
I think that makes the most sense, doesn't it?
Since it's probably, I mean, you would probably have to get some government approval on this
Yeah,
one.
I mean it's a hero robot too, right?
Yeah.
So is it how big a robot we talking? How?
Ooh, good question. What do we want to do? Do we want to do ridiculously big, like knocking over skyscrapers, or just like a 30 or 40 foot robot?
Hey,
Like a Sentinel from the X-Men universe,
oh, that'd be.
the mutant hunters. They were like maybe two stories, 2 or 3 stories maybe, but not like.
I think they were honestly bigger than that.
I think it kind of depends.
I think different interpretations are.
That's true.
are different.
Like in the movies, they were probably like two stories high, but
But they weren't like Jaegers either, to my recollection.
for some reason, what are those giant celestials? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like sleepers on certain planets and whatnot. Like I was thinking something that big, but that might be too big.
Yeah, I'm thinking we don't want to go too big because then it really would not fit in with the rest of our
We could do
pantheon.
Yeah. Maybe someday we will go that big, but I think right now we gotta start small. Little beer guzzler. Is it gonna be like Optimus Prime size?
Oh, that's a good size.
I think an Optimus Prime size could be good.
Optimus Prime. That's a prime size.
I hate you so much.
Well,
How do I kick Drew out of the call?
well, if you do that, how are you gonna have quizzes?
How do I kick Drew out of the call?
You go to your friends list and just delete them.
Okay, back to the Optimus Prime size robot.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Boy, we really got to.
Okay, so is Hoptimus in the future for the name?
Oh God, damn it, that might work.
But yeah, that's a good one. Write that down.
All right, hold on. Let me just.
You never write anything down.
Yeah, I just scraped my keys on the table. You caught me.
I think before we name, we should maybe decide exactly this robot. Like, what is it?
Well, it's a robot that runs on beer.
Does it have like two giant boots?
Yeah, it has to.
Did it? Yeah.
Because it's German.
I love it.
It's
Maybe
true.
that's where he stores some of his beer. That seems sort of maybe impractical.
No.
Who cares?
What's it doing? Like, why? Does it run off beer, or does it use the beer as like it sprays beer?
Both.
Okay, so you're wondering powers.
Yeah, I get. We should maybe talk about powers before we name it.
I think you're right that the powers it has sort of have to be mechanical in nature because his whole thing is he's a robot.
So maybe this beer was built for robot was built for Oktoberfest, and it was supposed to be like a keg bot. So it's like already has the ability to like spray out beer.
And it was meant to be an attraction. I like it.
But then something went horribly wrong. And he was struck by lightning.
Dare we say it?
That actually makes a lot of sense for this, though.
Yeah, I was sort of half joking, but this is the one scenario where
I was gonna say that too.
It kind of
yeah,
makes sense.
I was thinking that. Yeah. Tanner, do you want to say it? Do you want to pretend like it's your idea? I'm not gonna cut anything. I'm just giving you this opportunity.
Okay, so what if he gets hit by a bus? No, damn it, I screwed it up.
Oh shit! Yes,
Oh,
a very big
shit.
bus.
Like a big double-decker bus.
Yeah,
kinda
like one
what
of
they
those-
find in Germany.
Yep. So he gets struck by lightning, or she.
Yeah.
I guess it's a robot. It.
Now, is this a conscious robot or is someone running it on the inside?
I want to say it becomes sentient.
All right. I kind of like that too.
Nate.
Oh yeah, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
So like, what is there like a storm coming in and some bandits start to raid the Oktoberfest, and the robot gets struck by lightning right then?
And does he? So he immediately he becomes sentient and he's just like, I gotta protect the beer.
Exactly.
Or is he kind of baby like, or does he automatically like have a mission?
I think automatically has a mission to
Okay.
protect the beer or the people. I mean, it's supposed to be a hero.
And maybe his mission like expands from there, but right away, like he was built for Oktoberfest, gotta protect the beer.
Maybe eventually, like the German government, like tries to basically hire him to be their protector, given all the superhero and villain activity all across
Yeah, the escalation.
the U.S. and Europe.
Yeah.
So they're like, we need our own defense system. You did real good at the whatever Oktoberfest event we
Oktoberfest is done. Can we discuss?
We want to hire you to be our full-time hero.
Yeah. And then it agrees. And that's when they build this pipeline.
Yeah, to go to his underground bunker to power it.
Needs that beer. Just needs it. Boy, this was real easy. Like you got robot right away. That was
it was obvious though. I mean, to be fair.
Oh, it was the most obvious thing.
So, who built the robot though? Was it some teenagers at a science fair?
Oh, like where did it come from
Yeah.
originally?
Where did it go?
Yep.
Where did it come from?
Don't do this.
Don't.
God night, Joe.
Maybe it was like sort of like the Germans. You know how like at the World's Fair.
Yeah.
I don't know, do they still have those?
We
I
can
don't
we
know.
can say they do in this world.
Or
Sure. I
it would,
think
it's
they
like
still
it.
do, but it's not as big a deal. But like they wanted to make it as a marvel of their engineering prowess. Like, look what we can do. Just
Yeah.
kind of thing to like attract people to the event. Not that they need the help, but you know.
And so
Yeah.
then they're like trying to show alcohol as an alternative fuel.
No, I think
Okay, I
after the
didn't-
lightning strike, like maybe that's just what ended up happening. Like he runs on this fuel, on this
What?
beer.
It could be like a fun novelty thing too. Like maybe they weren't trying to show like haha, we this is the future, but it's like, haha, isn't it funny that we made a robot that runs on beer for
Okay.
Oktoberfest?
That makes sense.
And like he had limited features, like he's kind of a fountain sometimes. Here you go. Here's a lot of beer.
And that could help explain why he can like shoot beer out. Maybe is because he can turn into a fountain if he needs to, and that sort of turned into a beer gun.
Now, is he really into sauerkraut?
I guess he has to be. Or is that stereotyping?
Not really,
I mean, they
because
have
it is a
sauerkraut there,
German
I assume.
thing, right?
Yeah, no, it is. It's part of
Yeah.
like it's a big thing at Oktoberfest.
So maybe he runs on beer, but seeing as it was born in the middle of Oktoberfest, all about that kraut, those Frankfurters,
Okay,
those
so like
Steins,
so more
those
like
Lederhausens.
food-based power too, like with sauerkraut and
I wouldn't say like he gets. I'm just saying he just really likes it. We don't need to make powers out of it
it's
unless
just
you,
his
you want to.
personality trait.
He just really likes it, you know. I hate
Listen, we gotta give our
sauerkraut
characters some
myself.
color. Yeah, sauerkraut's the devil, but
I'm indifferent, I guess.
How do I kick
boy.
Tanner off of this call? You're walking a fine line, Ackerman.
So can he like fly by shooting beer out of his feet, out of those boots? And that's why he keeps beer in the boots?
He's spraying.
Yeah.
He like floods an entire town whenever he takes off.
Yeah, but it's in beer, so like they're kind
They're
of okay with it.
Or maybe not as much liquid, more vapors, but still, you're getting that whole town.
They're just getting
fucking
very
wasted.
turned up.
Getting that sour crunk.
Right, Nate?
Mm. Can he like alter the chemical makeup of a sour beer to make it more acidic and fire like an acid gun?
Oh,
Ooh,
shit.
there you
Mildly
go.
acidic.
So wait, are we saying that he can create like all kinds of beers? We got like
Maybe depending on what he puts in his body, he can use it. Like he he can't do all of the abilities at once, but he can like, he knows he's gonna go do this particular job, and so he's gonna make sure he fills himself up with the sour this time around, or like an IPA or a lager.
So it's like
stout, so he can do some like inky smoke screen or something. I don't know. And it could also be whatever he finds in the field. Like
Yeah.
he's getting defeated and he's just running low and he needs something. And he reaches his arm into a liquor store and pulls out whatever he can get.
well, like chili beer or something, and all of a sudden you can do like a flamethrower.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I don't like chili beers.
Oh
don't
god, they're
either.
the worst. Why do they
I've tried-
exist?
It's like, ooh, I
I
like a
keep
little heat
trying
there.
them just
Like,
because
mm.
I'm just like, yeah, maybe this one, but no, every time.
I like chili.
Surly
Just
I
not
had
my
had
one
one
that
that
beer.
was-
was
a bunch of them.
sriracha. That was
Ugh.
that was rough.
Oh boy.
I had it.
That one I think survived alone on novelty. It was during the real like sriracha like
Yeah,
craze where everybody wanted to talk about sriracha.
everyone thought sriracha was like going extinct or some shit. I don't know.
I had a cucumber beer this week. That was interesting.
Ooh, that
That sounds
good.
refreshing.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what it was. I couldn't drink a lot of it, but a little bit was refreshing.
I just had a cherry tart at the local watering hole.
Mm.
It was very good.
This is just now we're just talking about beers we've tried.
Yeah, I like beer.
Okay, this is a beer cast starring Drew, the stout man Mick,
What?
and you're a stout
Yeah,
man.
you're a stout man.
No, I wouldn't say that's me.
It's a Drew. More yes and less no.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's me. The stout man. Was that Was that enough?
got him.
Yes, and
That was believable.
okay.
What I like best about it is how good it was.
Yes.
All right, so back on track. We sort of have a sort of outline of his powers. What else do we need to sort of flesh out?
Weaknesses.
So a pot of coffee.
These all just gonna be hangover cures, like eat bacon and take a shower.
But at the same time, you got those coffee stouts. Like he can use the coffee
So maybe it's
to
like
infuse his beer.
liquor. Like does
he get hangovers?
whiskey bad for him, or like mixed drinks?
Liquor to beer in the clear. Beer to liquor, never been sicker. So yeah, liquor.
So he can't consume liquor at least.
Yeah, that would probably be too much alcohol. It's like beer is
the
just that
alcohol
perfect
content
level.
blows up.
And it's also not just the alcohol in it, but also, the grain, the hops, that all of that goes together to running this thing.
Can you have a cider or no?
Ooh, now that's a question.
All right, I guess we have to decide.
I'm like
what
giving
about,
this serious thought. I'm just like,
Well,
is this?
what about liquor makes it bad for him? Because I think if we nail that down,
I think it's just too
you
much.
can run the cider past
I
it.
think it's kind of like too much of a good thing.
Too
So
pure.
could he do a very exceedingly low alcohol liquor, like
like some
a blue
schnapps?
curacao or something? Like some schnapps.
Maybe in the most dire of circumstances, but he doesn't run right for like a week after.
Yeah, then he's hungover.
Yeah,
Okay, well then
he's
what
got
does that
this
say
big
for
hangover.
ciders?
Hey, this robot just is running around like, no, beer for me, please. None of that. Mm-mm.
I'm driving tonight. 2 beers, please.
Now, does he have wheels on him, or is he just boots?
Ooh, I don't know.
I like the visual of just big old like Das boots.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
It makes him gives him a little bit of a cowboy feeling to him.
I'm sure our creation of Sheriff Coleman would appreciate his outfit.
What is with us and like anything that's somewhat robotic being a cowboy?
I don't know. Well,
Cowboys are really cool.
So weaknesses is just liquor, and we decide that's just because too much alcohol at so quick of a time, just bad for him.
Maybe it just like
It just
blows
like
up
overloads
inside of
his
him a little bit.
circuits or something.
Yeah,
And then also if he runs out of beer, that's a weakness too.
of course, yeah.
Naturally.
So sobriety.
So he's kind of like Bender.
Oh,
Oh
God
shit, he's Bender.
damn it! I think he's different enough because he gets powers.
Yeah, he's also a
Yeah,
hero.
absolutely. I'm sure Bender wasn't even the first robot that ran on beer, really.
Yeah.
No, our guy was.
Yeah, he was your
Our
first.
robot was.
Matt Groening, you know how to get a hold of me.
Yeah, please reach out to us. If we could get Matt Groening on here, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about costume or go into name?
I think costume might be pretty straightforward, so maybe we could knock that bad boy out.
We've already got the boots. Does he have like can in his arm like he has like a rotating kind of, I want to say 6-shooter, but that sounds cowboy, but it's just kegs in there that rotate out. Like if he he sprays beer out of his like wrist, and if that one runs out, you visually see a keg moving over, and then it gets tapped.
That could be how he does multiple beers then. Like he has 2 kegs, a sour, a stout, and a lager.
So he
And then,
switches over to the new beer.
Yeah. So he has to have the German flag on him somewhere.
Does it have a cape? I don't know, like a German flag.
The German flag could be the cape.
I like
I mean, he's probably got to have some Germany paraphernalia on him since he's government property now.
His color palette could just be the German flag colors too, because they just got the black, yellow, red. Is that it?
Yep, it's just the 3 stripes. Probably. Do we want to say he's got that cape?
I kind of like the idea. I don't know.
Maybe it's.
I think it's fun. Maybe like he isn't built with it, but like when he's stumbling around the Oktoberfest, like trying to fight off bandits or whatever, like it gets caught in his in his neck piece, and he's like, "Oh, I actually kind of like the look of this." Afterwards,
And what if eventually it becomes like a part of him in that he can like retract it whenever he wants, or what if like it's falling or something, and the cape retracts and comes back out as a big German flag parachute or something.
Oh, that'd be
He
cool.
incorporates into his body.
Yeah, it just like zips right up into his neck or something.
I get behind that.
Deutschland, Deutschland.
Yeah, make the flag part of his powers.
Wait, what?
Well, because you said the parachute, and then like
Oh,
he could turn it
Okay,
into
so
like
it's
a
just-
net to like scoop up bad guys, or
yeah. Anytime he leaves a criminal to be arrested by the police, they're always in like tied up with German flag stuff around them.
yes,
Now, originally his motivation was like, I got to protect the beer. But how do you think the government like? Yes, beer is good, but also protect the country.
They reference Germany's proud history of beer production and like their stockpiles and basically convince him that protecting Germany is protecting beer.
There we go.
Ooh, yeah. They sit him down for a little slideshow. Here is our proud history, and here is how beer has come into that. You are a part of something mighty and proud. And so what's he doing? Just protecting, like running through the streets of Berlin? Is he running like through the whole countryside, getting wherever he needs to go? I guess if he can fly, he can go wherever.
And I imagine he's kind of like the big gun, right? Like he just like maybe he's the German government basically tells him where they need him to go, and yeah, you can just fly there.
Sure, yeah. But during Oktoberfest week, he's booked.
Yeah, it's a busy
He's
time
like
for him.
stumbling through it, just like enjoying Oktoberfest. It's his one vacation.
just serving people beer out of his fingers.
That, but also partaking.
Oh yeah,
You gotta. When in Rome, Germany, do as the Rome Germans do. So is that ample enough costume / motivation?
I think so. I think well, who knows? Maybe we'll find some more motivation later. I mean, not that we have an inadequate amount,
Yeah.
but I think we can move on to the name if we wanted to.
so Nate had Optimus Prime.
We could go with Optimus something else too, or something else entirely.
Optimus Rye.
I just thought of the name Deutschbot, but that could be.
So German bot.
Yeah. Now, Optimus Prime, very much beer, very much robot. Did we want to incorporate German into it? Is that something to consider since,
What is Prime in German?
Mm,
boy, I don't know a lot about Germany.
just the bad stuff.
We could call him like October Bot. No. I was trying to think of something that rhymed with fest that made sense, but
Hop to Fest Prime.
we could just call him Hoptober. Hoptoberfest. Hoptober. No. I think you got it in one. I don't know. Optimus Prime is very good.
I like it very much, and not just because it's mine.
Nate or Tanner, what'd you think?
It's easily the best one so far. We could do the robot from Community, Boobatron 3000.
Oh, sure.
But they got that first, though, didn't they?
You're right.
Yeah, well, I mean, now, Nate, if Big Hasbro starts coming after us, I'm gonna give him your home address.
Please do.
All right.
I have some ideas for them. I've been trying to get
Bring
hold of them
back
for years.
the Beast Wars Transformers, please. Those were so good.
Listen, I thought the TV series went into some really deep, interesting lore, and I just think there's really an opportunity for growth that was cut short.
Also, you need to fire Michael Bay. He's gone too far. Please.
Please.
All right, it's Optimus Prime.
So what does the comic book cover look like?
When it first wakes up at Oktoberfest.
So like when he's getting struck by lightning.
Or just after, but maybe the visual of being struck by lightning is too good.
Yeah, I think the lightning visual would be cool.
Or it could be like he's at a frat party and he's just chugging an entire keg. That'd be fun.
He's doing a keg up, except like no one's really impressed. He's like above the keg. He's crushing the keg.
It could be him just playing beer pong with some teenagers.
Oh boy, I was waiting for us to get back into beer pong.
Gotta watch those bows.
Watch those bows.
When you are Optimus Prime, you really have to watch those bows because you could probably kill someone.
He's standing at, yeah. Plus, he's got to stand at least like, a good 10 feet back in order to really make sure his
Minimum.
bows aren't getting across
10
there.
miles back.
No, wait. Did we establish exactly how tall he is? How tall is Optimus Prime in the movies?
I think he's like 2
It's
stories.
about
right?
like 1 Optimus Prime.
Okay, that's a good
Oh,
unit
yeah,
of
yeah.
measurement. Okay.
I mean, a car plus a little bit, like, because he transforms, but I mean, he's not, I suppose he's the big ol'
He's like a semi.
semi, though.
Yeah, he's easily the biggest of the Transformers, I believe, of the
I still
Autobots.
think he's like 2 stories, maybe 3.
I'd say maybe 3 stories, so like 30 feet tall. Is that what we want to say? Or
I'm fine with that.
Optimus
30.
Prime is 28 feet tall.
all right, hey,
Damn, nice,
we're
Drew.
pretty good. Damn.
Yeah. That's pretty
Jeez.
good.
All right, so yeah, he's 30 feet tall. Roughly 1 Optimus Prime.
Roughly.
Roughly. But
So-
give, actually.
Who is he exactly fighting? Like, what's the main villain?
I think just whatever the German government points him to. Like, what are the big issues that the German government would bring out this big gun, as Nate said?
I do not know enough about Germany.
Well, what's any nation's big issue?
I mean, crime, poverty.
Oh, well,
Mm.
yeah, he volunteers
giving
every
beer to the
week at the
homeless.
soup kitchen. No, I think he comes out when if any, like maybe we haven't invented them yet, but who's to say that there aren't various other small villains like coming out and making their presence known, and maybe this is Germany's response to that.
Yeah, I mean, we're due for some villains in Europe, because to my knowledge, we have
Yeah, Germany.
Double Shot, our coffee-based superhero team
Yeah.
in England. We have
Long John.
Long John, who is somewhere around there because he meets up with them.
Yeah.
And now we have Optimus in Germany, but I don't know. Do we have any specific
Now,
villains in Europe?
could we say that maybe this university, North Dunkington University, is maybe got some foothold in Germany? Before we go on, should we maybe do a little bit of a Europe wrap up of what we've invented so far? I think we need to do a better job of that for our episodes. I mean, the only villain we've got in Europe is the university we created
Well, do you want to like hit us with a brief overview of what we've made so far?
in Europe.
That's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, in Europe, yeah.
Okay. So I guess the first one was Double Shot, which was issue number 4, I believe. We decided they were in England, and were they brother and sister?
Yep.
Yes.
A brother and sister who got coffee powers. One could vibrate through walls. The other could run super fast. And these powers were brought on by a sinister university, we decided, with some weird plans. We're not quite sure what the plans are. We figured as we created more episodes that would get fleshed out. But yeah, we had this university, and then we further discussed that with Long John, a French thief who got dumped into a donut making machine and got donut powers. Basically, he's got dough-like features. He can create glaze. He can shoot sprinkles, I guess. And we decided that since they were both in England, his powers would also have been brought on by this sinister university, which at that point we dubbed North Dunkington, because a lot of Long John first came about because he robbed a Dunkin' Donuts. So that's pretty much the Europe history we've got in our Earth, whatever number our Earth is.
I thought it was.
Yeah. So
I thought it was Dunkerton.
Was it Dunkerton?
I don't.
Not that really matters that much.
It might be Dunkerton. Yeah, it's North Dunkerton University. We'll just say
Anyway.
that.
North D for short.
Yep.
Get that North D. All right. Yeah, so like I was saying, maybe he was created with the big purpose, or no, he was recruited with the big purpose of like, hey, if that university starts getting a foothold here, we need a line of defense.
Mhm.
Plus, I mean, at this point, they're probably seeing what's going on in Florida, and maybe they're just like, oh, we gotta create some defense.
Yeah, I mean, with the amount of superhero activity around the world, it only makes sense that they'd want to have their own like a contingency plan in case something comes to them.
Yeah.
Escalation. Yeah.
That definitely adds up.
Yeah. So I think maybe for now, until like there's a huge reason to bring him out, he's fighting the small level crime, and maybe is brought out if some self-proclaimed supervillain comes out, just like, no, you're not, and he just flicks him with his finger. back at our roots. Superheroes that are food, drink themed.
And I mean, we love beer to begin with.
We
so this
do
is sort of a good
Yeah.
match.
This was a good one.
Yeah. Anything else that we wanted to flesh out more? Well, we need to
Let's
talk
go over
about
the usual.
any more connections to current Pantheon besides that.
Man, I can't think of anything right now, but I think if once we get a villain in Europe, I think it's all the hero foundation we're laying there is really going to pop off connection wise.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like we already have Long John and Double Shot hanging out,
Yeah.
so they're connected. We just gotta maybe fill in a little bit more.
Yeah. All right. So I guess I'll play us out. This has been issue number 16 of Headline Heroes, featuring our new superhero, Optimus Prime. And thank you once again to Jeff Thompson for sending us that article. That was great. As always, we want to take this time to thank Brett Jacobson for creating the awesome art for our show, as well as Carl Sorensen for creating the music that you heard at the beginning and will soon hear. Carl does have a website, carljsorensen.com. If you have any articles you'd like to see us discuss, as Jeff did and Carl last week, our email that you can send them to is headlineheroescast@gmail.com. Otherwise, you can definitely tweet them at us at headline_heroes and follow that for the latest updates as well. So yeah, thank you for joining us, and we hope you'll pick up the next issue of Headline Heroes.